So I'm very excited. 2 trailers for 2 movies came out this week that I'm super pumped for. Batman vs. Superman and The Suicide Squad. So first, Batman vs. Superman. I've been excited about this movie for a long time. I've actually been one of the few people who have been super pumped about Affleck as Batman. I really enjoyed Man of Steel. So the fact of bringing everything in together, I think is going to be very good. The trailer came out and I've noticed it even turned possible pessimists about the movie into sort of optimists. They looked at it and were like, I wasn't quite sure about this, but this looks better. So people who didn't think it was going to be good now think it looks a little better. Guys like me who thought it looked great to begin with now are even more excited about it. It's definitely going to be the movie, because Superman and Batman going against each other, those are, in my mind, the biggest superheroes of all time. Second movie, Suicide Squad. I'm not as familiar with the Suicide Squad. I know some of the characters, not all of them. I know the premise of a bunch of ne'er-do-well villains who are brought together and they do a bunch of secret government op missions to sort of get reduced jail time. I'm very excited to see Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. It'll be the first time we ever see Harley Quinn on the silver screen as like live action. Everyone's excited about Jared Leto as the Joker. I'm not hating on Jared Leto at all. I am more reserved on seeing how, and it has nothing to do with him so much, more maybe costume design, how they're doing it with the gold teeth and the tattoos. It seems a little too on the nose. Like, I know a lot of the pictures that came out before were doctored with the ha 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 and everything, and that didn't seem to be in the trailer, but if anyone can do it, Leto can. I'm really concerned about a possible plot point that will tie all the movies together, and it's Robin. They show Robin's suit in the Batman vs. Superman trailer. It's kind of up in honor of him, and it's spray painted with "jokes on you, ha ha ha," and clearly Joker killed Robin, which ties into the comic book when Joker killed Robin. He killed the Jason Todd Robin, who then became Red Hood when he came back to life. But there were some rumors that Joker actually is going to be killing Dick Grayson Robin in this movie, because they leaked a photo a few months ago of a tombstone that said Richard John Grayson, which is Dick Grayson's name, the first Robin, which I think is a huge mistake if they decided to do that, because Dick Grayson is one of my favorite characters in the DC Universe. Nightwing is one of my all-time favorite characters, and I don't think it works if Joker kills him, because then you're potentially eliminating Nightwing, who's such an awesome character and provides lightness in an otherwise very dark DC Universe, but then you're eliminating a badass character like Red Hood, because if there's no Jason Todd, then who becomes Red Hood? I'm sure they'll figure it out. These guys are much smarter than me. They all have a plan, but from a fanboy perspective, I'm pleading, don't kill Dick Grayson. The movie I reviewed this week is Trainwreck. It's Amy Schumer's feature film starring debut and also her writing debut. She teamed up with Judd Apatow, who of course put out a lot of hits in the past few years. Much like any other Judd Apatow movie, it was kind of long, but it has to be in order to fit everything in terms of all the character development and just the arc of everything. So that wasn't a problem for me. It runs at just over 2 hours. Doesn't really seem that long. And like a lot of Judd Apatow movies, there are some very serious moments to go with the very funny moments. So it was very equally balanced. I thought Amy Schumer showed a lot of range. A lot of people don't see that from her stand-up as much. And Amy has said in interviews that she didn't write this from a guy perspective. She wrote this from her perspective and her fellow girls. But it shows that, like, a lot of these romantic comedies where the guys are like, oh, I can't commit until the right girl comes around, it can be flipped around. Like, there are girls who feel the same way the guys do, and then they'll meet someone and have a hard time adjusting and have to choose whether to go with them or not. Just a very solid cast, solid writing, solid directing, solid everything. I firmly would place this into an instant classic category with 40-Year-Old Virgin, Bridesmaids, Knocked Up. It's definitely up there. One of the funniest movies I've seen in a while. From beginning to end, just non-stop laughs. I give this 3 ticket stubs out of 3. If you love Judd Apatow or Amy Schumer, you absolutely will not be disappointed by this movie. Guys, thanks so much for watching Hip Hop and Movie News. This week's 15-second film reenactment comes from the Matt Wright. Check out which iconic character he channels. I'm Vince Eustace, and I'll see you guys later.
Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?